Have you ever asked yourself, how do you get so loaded in Rust? Well, maybe if you watch through the video, you might find out how. And we're hopping back in for day 2 here. Not actually raided, which is shocking for us. Normally you get offlined on the first night, but no, not this time. So we'll start it off with, collecting some barrels for scrap, components, so on and so forth. This was the second day after wipe, so hopefully, we should be able to find some good PvP today. People should have guns by now, they'll be roaming guns. Be a lot less prim fighting, hopefully. So after hitting all these barrels, we put all the components into the recycler for a bit of extra scrap and resources. After recycling, hopefully that should get us enough scrap to blaze down our tier 2 workbench. We can finally replace our level 1 workbench with a level 2 workbench. So after getting our first gun, I decided, we'll just farm up a few nodes in the area, get upkeep for the base, get some sulfur, because now we're going to have to craft some ammo, and we'll get some metal, because you can never get enough, really, do you know what I mean? After depoting all the resources and restocking up the furnaces, I decided it was time to go over to Train Yard, the closest blue keycard monument to us. It was here I realised I didn't actually have enough radiation protection, so I had to make it quick. After killing these scientists, there's just one more switch to flick. After we flick this, we'll be able to go and put our fuse in the fuse room and use the keycard to open up the door. So in here I'm hoping I can get some good components, so maybe we can craft up some Thompsons, because early game I feel like Thompsons are really good. So we got lucky finding a hazmat suit and a backpack, so we put all the loot in the backpack and started heading home. After depositing all the loot, I decided to grab some components so we could craft up a Thompson, and with the remainder of the metal, I decided to upgrade all the base, so maybe we can make it through to day 3. I added these boxes up here, but I forgot to secure them in, so I'll quickly secure these in and then we'll be on to our next adventure. I wanted to head over towards military tunnels at some point today, so I thought why not grab myself a fresh set of cards. So we got a fresh blue card. I decided after this to run back home and deposit all the components we had just got and then run over to water treatment. It was on the other side of the map, but hopefully we could find some players along the way. After packing everything we needed for water treatment, we decided to head on over there. So we made it to water treatment without seeing any players, which is a little bit unfortunate as we did need some extra guns, but it doesn't matter too much. As we can see, there's barely any military crates, so it kind of feels a little bit useless coming here. Time to head back to base, and I'm hoping all the sulfur we put in the furnaces before we left is enough to craft up some satchels so we can raid that base in the snow. I'm going to craft up 4 satchels and hope it's just one sheet metal door and then we can get access to the full base. We'll throw these satchels on, and maybe someone comes to counter so we can get some extra guns, but who knows. So it looks like a bit of a bust, but not to worry, we can come back later with some more satchels and try and get into the base fully. With the rest of the resources we farmed up earlier, I think it's about time we upgrade our base just a little bit more. I'm not particularly a base builder, so I'm really just freehanding this build right now, and I don't know how to make it that good. But after we finish building the base, I think it's about time to head over to military tunnels. With base nearly finished, we'll go down, grab all the keycards we need and head on over. So I found the decaying base with horses in, so I took this horse because it's the fastest one, so we can get there in no time. We'll park the horse here and hopefully no one takes it by the time we're finished. Upon my arrival, I could hear the scientists shooting. That normally means there's somebody down here. Let's go see if we can take them out. Normally I wouldn't go for loot straight away, but I knew he had an MP5, and I prefer the MP5 over the Thompson, so I had to go for it. Now it's time to clear out the rest of the scientists and hit the red room. After taking out the scientist with ease, we head down to the red keycard room to get all the juicy loot. Time to loot all the elite crates. Let's see what we get this time. Our inventory was looking a little bit full, so I tried to jam as much loot into the backpack as possible. Unfortunately, my audio did corrupt in these next few clips, so you'll just have to listen to the music for now. I'm sorry. So on the way back home, I still left the sulfur in the furnace, so I'll go back, craft some more satchels, and head straight back to that base. With the satchels in hand, let's get back over there. This is how a pro 5,000 hour solo raids, and he gets his satchel stuck on the door frame. I normally don't get lucky like this, and it normally would go off, but this time it didn't. So I managed to spot some players on the roof in the corner of my eye. Hopefully they can come over. Again, it was a bit of a bust, but I might just leave this base for now. But I'll hide my backpack because I think those players are coming over. Time to reposition and see if I can get the jump on them. We didn't manage to secure the bag this time, hopefully next time, but we'll head back to base and I'll log off for a little bit and have a little bit of a break and then hop right back in. So with that being said, time to seal the bunker. Hopping back into it, I decided to grab myself a Thompson kit and realised I don't really have a lot of low grade, so I grabbed all the crude oil that was in my base and headed over to an oil refinery that was close by. Time to set off over towards the dome. Hopefully we can make it there in one piece. And it didn't even take that long for us to get shot at. Hopefully we can take this guy out. After firing a few shots at him, I knew I had to reposition. I can't let him know where I am at all times. Especially when I have no med sticks to use. I think we secured the kill on this one, so let's go over and loot. I only saw one, so I think it's safe. We'll quickly put the loot back into our base and we'll head over to Dome. Dome was a little bit further away, but it also had increased spawns of red barrels for extra low grade. But before I arrived, I could hear some people building in the cave below. Let's go check it out. So we managed to kill both, and they had a lot of stuff on them, so I had to loot quick. This guy had a lot of animal fat, and that should sort out our low grade fuel issue for now. With all the loot secured, it was time to head back to base once again. I had some excess loot in my base that I didn't particularly need anymore, so I decided to try and set up a vending machine shop. With the shop built, we already had someone buy a tier 2 workbench from there. I needed a few more resources to try and rebuild my base back up and get an extra floor on, so we'll quickly farm up some nodes and get it back home safely. And that one didn't really end too well, so this time I think I might take a crossbow and a pickaxe and just farm nodes in the local area instead. I heard some shots in the distance, so I thought I'd just grab that SAR kit off the guy I killed earlier and see if I can, you know, do the naughty, sit on my roof, pick him off. Look, I understand it's probably a little bit frowned upon to throw your loot on the floor after killing someone on your roof, but all I have to say is don't hate the player, hate the game. And I think karma is about to get me this time, but little does this Tommy guy know, my SAR is ready for me on that roof. Hopefully this time when I loot, I don't get shot in the back, but if it does happen, karma will get me a second time. So we managed to secure the Thompson this time and his backpack, and I noticed this is the exact same Tommy kit I lost when I was farming in the snow earlier. Now that I had a Tommy, I wanted to go find someone that I could kill so I could get some extra guns. Perfectly timed, they were shooting nearby, so we went over to check it out. Again, time to reposition, because in Rust, you never know if there is more than one. It looks clear, so let's go and loot the body. I looted as fast as possible and saw he had a horse nearby, so I hopped on the horse and headed right back to base. He had a few extra guns on him, so I thought now was the perfect time to try and reorganize the boxes just a little bit. I put all my guns in the lower part of this box just to see how many we had accumulated throughout the day so far. So I put the rest of the stuff back in the box and decided to take a little break. After logging back on, I saw that one of my allies was having some trouble nearby, so we went over to check it out. I could hear AKs in the distance, so hopefully now I could get my hands on the AK. The AKs were close now, so hopefully I can secure the bag. I killed one, now it's time to loot and scoot. Hey look, I know I missed a face mask in this situation, so please don't say that in the comments. I understand. Time to run home with the rest of the loot, and then we'll come back with an AK and see if we can pick off some more kills. Now that I have an increased amount of guns, I feel as if it's now a proper time to reorganise the gun box. Time to head back over and see if we can get some more easy kills. I can see one on the pylon, but this one might be a little bit tricky to kill as he is high up. I could hear a SAR guy close, so we had to take him out quick. With one down, now it's just a guy on the pylon to get. I saw him fall off the tower pylon, so now it's time to loot the SAR guy. Turns out he didn't actually fall off, and I'm just a silly boy. But that is the end of the video, because shortly after this I logged off for a bit and my ally was messaging me saying I was being raided, so that's it for this one.